Hi, are we welcome? Of course, you can park over there in the shadow under those trees. We caught a glimpse of your nice farmhouse from the highway and we couldn't resist the temptation. You too, and as welcome as those before you. Are you British? I wonder why you got the right guess. I may be wrong, but it looks like my border collie has already fallen in love with those two kids. And it looks like those two kids have already fallen in love with your border collie. Is it the right time to munch anything? Be merciful. Either my children eat something or they get unbearable. Well, you are quite lucky. There are no clients yet. If you take a seat under that pergola, I can serve you what would have been our meal. Wow, here is what I call real farmer's life. My wife used to work in a medical center while I was a surveyor, but we got fed up of city life and we retreated here. The house partially belonged to my wife's uncle. We bought the rest and we have hardly ever moved from 7 years. We have to look after the animals, the vegetable garden. We lead a hard Spartan life. Yet it is wonderful, in close contact with nature. We eat healthy food. We breathe clean air. We would never go back to the city. The entroterra was a discovery. But what is an agriturismo? I ignored this term. It's a farm that provides some services to customers, such as meals or sale of produce and or products, accommodation. I'd like to underline the fact that in the past confusion reigned for the advantage of sly boots only. But an agriturismo, first of all, is to be a farming enterprise. You see, in fact, we have our cultivations, hens, goats. Are we in a timeless dimension, far from the madding crowd? Here in the country, offering food coming from God knows where, packaged in plastic, would be a nonsense. The strength of an agriturismo lies in the passion of those who work and live there day after day, in the rustic atmosphere shared with guests and tourists, in the safeguard of traditions. What is authentic doesn't need philosophers, ruralists, nor demagogues, but people who defend and promote it around the world. That's all. Liguria has so much to tell and propose. Mark, come here with the children under the pergola. Oh, come on. Shall I set the table for 4? Yes, thanks. I've got hungry too. And as for my husband, he's always hungry. Do you suffer from any food intolerances or allergies? Thanks God, no, I'd say. And Italy boasts such healthy and tasty food. Do we owe this heavenly scent diffusing in the air to your wife? This morning she has prepared some vegetable savory pies, and as she heard your car approaching, she realized that clients were coming in, so she's frying something for the aperitivo, appetizers. Well, congratulations for your pronunciation. Let me introduce myself and my family. I'm Thelma. Here's my husband Mike, and the two devils is vainly trying to tame our David and Linda. The color of our hair gives off our made in England origins. Nice to meet you. I'm Flavio Ghigliotti, and in a few seconds, I'll try to introduce you to the queen of the kitchen, my wife Martina. The name of the border collie is Cirillo. Judging from his tail and languid glances, you can easily understand that he is a fierce, wild beast. Attention, my children will be trying to take him away. Listen, Flavio, do you also offer accommodation facilities? Because I think we will return to Italy and Liguria soon. We have a big room in the main building right here, which can accommodate 4 people comfortably, thanks to a double bed and a bunk bed, and a little one in that dependance over there on the left. It can hardly accommodate 2 people. It was a sort of shelter for garden tools, so it is tiny but really pleasant. After lunch, I can show them to you if you like. I must confess that I would have stopped for 1 or 2 nights. The smell of the wood, the silence, the peace. Look at the happy expression on my children's faces. In fact, we often welcome school children. We are a fattoria didattica. What does that mean? What do you teach? It means we are a teaching farm organizing thematic events and educational initiatives to make them meet and get acquainted with flora and fauna. They live in cities and towns. They mostly know noise and pollution, concrete and fast food. It is rather an amazing experience for them. But sometimes teachers get amazed as well. So, what do you actually do? Well, for example, they smell the different scents of aromatic herbs. Liguria features tons of them. They give a touch of elegance to several recipes. Then, they knead flours and water, live, to prepare breads, focaccia and farinate. After, they meet our goats, Alba and Giulietta, are the darlings. They get close to you to make friends. Next, we deliver a 10-minute lesson about hens and eggs to discover which was first. Then, we use eggs to prepare tasty frittatine. The children have fun, get tired, and at the end of the day, they're happy and tameable. What are we going to eat today? I'll be serving salami and local cheese, some savory pies, green beans, onions, zucchini, then some fritters made with wheat flour and chickpea flour. And after some grilled vegetables I prepare with my wife. And in the meanwhile, I'll check if the bread is ready. Today, we have put some chestnut flour in the dough, too. I think you'll like this slightly sweeter flavor. At the end, if your stomach is still available, some homemade castagnaccio, chestnut tart, with peach jam. Aren't the English the best dessert experts? Gosh, what a miracle. And please bring a carafe of cool water as well, and a jar of white wine. We serve bianchetta, an ancient indigenous wine variety of Liguria. It is acid and sapid, the best match for savory pies and fritters, our finger food, our glorious street food. Is it possible to buy some olive oil? I'll give you an address not far from here. You're going to find a DOP extra virgin which moves hearts of stones. Pure olive must, cold pressing, no chemics, artichoke, and pine nuts aromas that will remind you of the gold of the Mediterranean back to hazy England. Thanks God I saw your signboard from the highway. Now it is time for me to hurry up and start serving you. Let's see if Martina has something ready. Be sure we will satisfy your splendid cups too. See you soon. I'll be back in a few seconds.